the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
What's up, kids? Where you been in 2 weeks? What have you been doing, man?
It seems like, again, a long time when
right?
skip a week there. It feels longer than just 2 weeks.
I
Karen, you still got your Halloween going.
I do have my Halloween. I don't like letting it go, you know.
I know. When are you going to wash your face?
Karen loves Karen loves her
funny.
Halloween. Yeah.
Karen loves her Halloween.
So I went back
Scaring kids for years.
and watched our last show, and I did notice some low-level thumping going on. We're not sure what the cause. We hope we fixed it, but
sorry.
But if anybody's
is
hearing
there-
that in the audience, you'll let us know. But hopefully we've taken care of that, and it's just the usual noises that we make that are not planned. So
It happens. Hey, it's
yeah,
live.
That's right. Yeah.
But hey.
So anyway, hey Greg, which show? How many shows have we done this year?
We are
counting this one.
34 shows right now.
No, 30. This is the 30th show of 2021. So
That was close.
yeah,
I'm like a
so
hand
that-
grenade.
yeah.
That was in the game.
That didn't help us. Too
Yeah.
funny. It's strange today, you know. The last couple weeks we did the show. It was so full of enthusiasm and festivities, and we had so many people here in the audience. And then now I'm just here with you two.
Every once in a while, it's just us, and while the audience energy is always nice.
Just for the record,
yeah,
I'm enjoying a quiet show today.
right. I mean,
Not that he doesn't love you all, but
right, but there,
I love each and every one of you. You're all number one in my game. All right? Just saying.
oh my.
But we're into Wild Turkey Month,
We are.
and
Excellent.
that's always a lot of fun. I feel. I think they got some really good products, and it's always fun to go there.
So, what'd you do when you were off there, pal?
Well, I was down in Nashville, gotten a chance to see Kayla perform at the La La Lounge, which is really quite unique venue where singer-songwriters can come in, and it's literally like you're in somebody's living room. They've got all these couches around, sofa chairs, and the audience is probably 40, 50 people. And you're literally up there. There's no amplification. You just go up and sit in the chair, and you got your acoustic guitar, and you play. She had Kinsley playing with her. Mm-hmm. They did, of course, our
show song.
Whiskey Stopped Working.
Right.
They performed that, which much to my delight, and it was just a lot of fun.
Did she introduce us properly?
Yes, she did. She mentioned the podcast, so
Awesome.
and it got that kind of reaction.
Awesome.
They don't know yet. That's why.
Obviously.
Once they watch, they'll be heading for the hills.
You guys are great.
You guys get a free bowl of soup with that?
We had a really.
I watched
good
that show. I had an
weekend,
itch for a week.
Got some bathrooms painted at the house.
Your house?
Yeah, at our townhouse there, and we.
Oh, okay.
there.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do any of the girls stay there or no?
Yeah. Our two daughters live there. And
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, we don't get too much into that, but there's
Some of their.
cheap paint that they put on those.
I'm
when
sorry.
they build
Yeah,
those
that's what I was
places. They're up there in the vents in the bathroom there's a little bit of mold, and we had to clean that up and put some better primer on it and repaint those
Right.
bathrooms. So.
Yeah, so some of the
But it's all
girls,
good.
your daughters, some of their friends reached out for requests to follow and vice versa. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
and I've been following them too.
And they do
Girls,
a good.
yeah.
They do. My daughters do a lot to promote this show with
Sure.
their friends, and we went on Saturday night to the. I'm going to mess it up. The Franklin Whiskey Warmer, which was really cool. Was at a country club around their swimming pool,
Really?
and they, for obvious reasons, they had a lifeguard stationed there. In case any drunks stumbled into the swimming pool. But everything was all around this big pool, and they had a lot of great whiskeys there. Blue Note, which we talked about on the
Right.
show.
Right.
I'd never had a chance to try it, and they had that there. everybody, was represented. There was
Nice.
not everybody, but there was a great selection of.
And you sent me some pictures of some mighty fine whiskeys.
Right. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, and I should have given Karen a picture so she could put it up right now, but I forgot to do that.
That's
But
all right.
anyway, we had a lot of fun. There was some bluegrass music going on. The people were all very cool, laid back. It was just a lot of fun. And then Sunday night, we went to the City Winery in downtown Nashville, and we saw Gaelic Storm. We've probably seen them play about 12 times now. Usually late February, a little bit before St. Patrick's Day, they come to Cleveland. And if you like Irish music, it's all like Irish drinking music.
Right.
That's basically, they do some Scottish kind of stuff with the bagpipes. They're just incredible, and they're just tons of fun. So if you're into that, you got your Irish Scottish blood. You have to see Gaelic Storm if you haven't. So.
So Jennifer Boggs is asking if you had a chance to go over to Belle Meade while you were down there.
I didn't get to go to Belle Meade. I did, however, get some Belle Meade whiskeys that Kayla had purchased on my behalf and bring them home with me. So
Nice.
one of them we did the Reserve, and then there's I can't remember the other one. I think it's their more standard, and the Greenbrier, Nelson's Greenbrier. So
Good deal.
Nice.
What's your shirt say?
That's what I was just gonna say.
my shirt says.
I've been so busy getting stuff
Since
together.
in honor of the Wild Turkey Month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, what does it say?
It says, I prefer my turkey wild
And
on the rocks. Awesome.
Very appropriate.
Mine says,
Although typically
Nothing.
not
It
on
says
the
he had
rocks.
spaghetti last night.
spaghetti,
No. Meatloaf.
And
No, I'm just
meatloaf.
kidding.
some young guy, all that stuff.
Oh my goodness. So with all of your
it's a lot of
travels,
fun.
Wizard, you have any positive words of wisdom for us tonight?
Yeah, okay. Never criticize someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes.
Ah.
That way, when you criticize them, you'll be too far away and they won't hear you. And then, plus, you'll have their shoes.
Awesome.
Makes it hard to run and chase after you then.
That's right.
That was a great question, and that was a great answer.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. So we have a little commercial, little quick promo that I want to
do.
do. So
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, well, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Back
You
in
wa-
45 minutes.
You
kids.
want to talk it up a little bit so everyone kind of gets an idea, or you just want to
Nah.
have two?
It's
No, go ahead,
self-explanatory. Well,
Okay.
All right, we'll see you in an
see
hour.
you in a few.
We'll be right back.
Hello, it's me, the Whiskey Wizard, with a quick note to you all. It's November, and I need to give you an early holiday gift idea. If you recall last year, I did a gift idea episode and told you about this whiskey advent calendar my kids got me as an early Christmas gift. But then when we did the episode, we realized that lead time was such that it meant that some of you, if you wanted this, you wouldn't be able to get it for yourself or your giftee in time for Christmas. So that's why I'm covering this idea again early on. I love my Drinks by the Dram Advent Calendar so much that we recorded a 2-episode tasting series which will be aired this December. These tasting episodes have such a holiday feel, I didn't want to air them in November before Thanksgiving, but wanted them to come out during our Christmas season episodes. Look, I do want to tell you to check out this option if you're looking for a great whiskey-oriented gift idea. I strongly recommend the Scottish 12-day version, which I said will feature in our December Wizard episodes. And if your whiskey appreciator is into American whiskeys like bourbon, then they have a fantastic option for that. They also have a boutique whiskey version, along with Old and Rare, Premium, Single Cask, and Japanese whiskey versions. There are even other options that include rums and vodkas. These range from $100 to about $1,100. I did find some of these on Amazon, which means you can get them possibly quicker than having them shipped from the UK. And I believe they also have more local distributors than they did last year. But my guess is that supplies won't last long. So that's why I'm telling you now rather than waiting till we air the Advent Calendar tasting episodes. So go check out Drinks by the Dram. I'll post a link on our Facebook page and you'll have a whole month or a half a month of nightly drams to share as things lead up to the Christmas holiday. All of us here on the Whiskey Roundtable want you, our audience, to be as informed as possible and to not miss out on any opportunities out there for whiskey lovers or those who love a whiskey lover. We look forward to sharing the upcoming holidays with you all. Okay, now back to the live show as we continue with our Wild Turkey Month celebrations.
All right, great gift idea.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and as I said, we're going to do actual couple episodes as we sampled all of those, and we thought so much of it. I really wanted to talk about it this year, but they're very Christmas kind of shows, so I want to do them in December.
Mm-hmm.
But if we waited till then and you said, oh, I'm really interested in this, it would be too late to get it in time. So that's why I wanted to do this feature. So if it looks interesting to you, check it out. And then if you get it soon, you should be able to have it in time to use it for this Christmas.
I will just say, and it's great timing because I had an ad come up in my social media feed, and I just, like they say, if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Amen.
It was one of these advent calendars, bourbon advent calendars, and they were selling it for $40.
Yeah, that's
it's too good to be
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So
the
be
legit
careful
ones
when you're
are going to start about 100 and
Yeah.
from there. So.
Yeah, just as with anything, though, just be
Right.
careful what you're buying. Make sure you're doing the research, and not getting caught in some scam. So,
Yeah, drinks by the Dram. I think is that's the one you want. I haven't really tried any other ones, but I know they're high quality, and the sample, the drams in there are going to be enjoyable.
Amen.
So
absolutely, that looks really cool.
yeah,
Good
so
deal.
yeah, check it out if you think that might be a good gift for somebody on your list this year. So, all right. So what are we sampling today? Karen?
Before we jump, I just want to say, give a shout out to
Okay.
people who are out there
My brother Steven.
on the
Steven.
scroll. Steven says hello from Texas.
See you at Thanksgiving, dog.
Oh no! That's I mean, yay!
Yeah.
Just kidding. Jennifer Boggs, as I mentioned before, she's
Yeah.
out there. She's asking, hey, what's everyone drinking? She's currently sipping on some Thomas More port cask finish.
Oh,
But
yeah.
get this, she already finished some of the Little Book 2020, which Big G
Got some
found for
2020
her.
for her.
Jen, what do you think of that?
Did I find that for her, the 2020?
That's what she's...
Last time she was here?
I don't know.
I can't
Did you
remember.
get something recently?
I know I got her 2 bottles of 2021.
Oh.
But she might have when she came up for that trip. I think I called my guy and he put some stuff aside for her.
Okay. Very
But
good.
I don't know if that was one of the bottles or not. But I know she had a big score last time she was here.
It's like John Donnelly is on.
John Donnelly.
He says, hey, from H-Town, you're not wearing that shirt again, are you?
What shirt do you
You're not
have?
wearing your mom's shirt again, all right?
Your mom's curtains.
Yeah, you got your mom's curtains on?
Shauna's in that.
I heard it had a matching thong. Is that true?
Oh dear, that's a picture. We got Phil Weaver, which I'm sure
Right.
you'll be talking
Cousin
a little
Phil,
bit later,
yeah, well,
later about.
He figures big in today's Whiskey Wizard. So.
Awesome.
And what from up north?
Up
there?
north. That's my boy.
Got Rob Richter is out
Rob.
there. Jennifer said the 2020 is effing delicious, and yes, you found the 2020 for her too.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad you're enjoying it.
Right.
We got a new person out here on the scroll. Margaret Arias is out here watching us.
All
Hey.
right.
What's up,
Hey,
Margaret?
Margaret. Hey,
Thanks.
new viewer.
Awesome.
Welcome, Margaret.
Thanks
Hope
for
you-
stopping by.
Hope you enjoy our sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us what you're drinking today.
Yeah, what do you got? What are you drinking? Don't say milk either.
It's so funny because we've got like this cornucopia of stuff. You were drinking a little scotch before.
Just a taste, yeah. Greg
course.
insisted.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Oh,
empty.
he twisted it.
Twisted
I'm
my arm.
kinda
And then,
empty
Yeah, we
over
got some mostly wild turkey products on the table. Which one do you?
Yeah, I'll try that rare breed one more
Rare
time.
breed. Okay.
Yeah.
It's rare breed. Yeah, we're sticking with the
And we, as we should,
the theme for November.
on
Got it.
Wild Turkey
Got,
Month.
got the other wild turkey rye up in here. Awesome. Can I have my glass back?
No, you're just drinking straight.
You got some drink?
All right. So.
Can somebody give me a paper bag, please?
All right.
All right, sorry, kids. Nobody even asked me what I was smoking today.
Donnelly, you're driving over to Steve's house right now. Oh, I bet you are wearing that shirt, aren't you?
Hey,
Holy-
G, what are you smoking today?
I am smoking an Espinosa, which is a great cigar. Actually met him. He came and did an event for us at the Cigar Lounge, and I talked to him on a somewhat regular basis. So this is a Habano cigar. It's fantastic. It's got a light wrapper on it, but it's great. It's a great cigar.
It's light, definitely lighter, and
Yeah, but it's
definitely,
definitely-
more.
it's-
What do you call that? The
it's medium-
diameter is
yeah.
not as.
Yeah, it's not a 60 gauge. It's more like a 50, 57 maybe.
Okay.
But it's good. I'm happy with it. He puts out great products. He really does.
Nice.
Margaret says she's actually still working. She's Steve Williams' friends.
Okay.
We're sorry. We're so
sorry.
sorry, Margaret.
Dang.
Steve, how much you pay her?
Yeah.
How much? Because
Margaret, you're our new best friend.
Yeah.
boy, girl, we could tell you some stories.
Well, you can tell us what you will be drinking when you get home.
She does love that wild turkey, so maybe she'll
All right.
have that
Yeah.
when
These
she
are
gets in.
these are all great.
Thanks for watching.
And
Margaret. Thank
we're
you.
going to find out how the 6-year-old Russell's Reserve Rye is eventually here tonight.
At
Yes.
some
And
point.
as I'm looking forward to it. Never have had it. So
I seem to forget, when we get going in
Yeah,
the
I know.
beginning, it's just we have so much fun talking. I
Yeah.
forget like we're actually here to talk about bourbon and whiskey
Yes, that's
sometimes. But
well,
thankfully,
bourbon is whiskey,
right,
But,
right.
but
you know,
it's a
I know what you
special
meant.
kind
Yes,
of whiskey. So, anyways,
Tonight is rye.
Rye night.
it is. Should we zoom
Bourbon's
in
cousin.
on a
Yeah.
bottle
Is it
can?
time for
I
bottle
think
cam?
before we talk about it, let's go on a little ride on the bottle cam.
All right.
See you in.
We'll see you in
2
an
seconds.
hour.
Put your seatbelt on.
Put your
Hey
seat-
everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Woo! I'm
right.
dizzy
Wow.
from that
okay,
one.
yeah, I got a little vertigo after
Put a
that.
lot of thought in that one, that's for sure.
Okay.
You're gonna get a hernia. Slow down, son.
Easy there, easy. Easy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so you want me to just jump right into
Let's
it?
Jump in. Let's
jump
do
right
it. Let's
into
get
it.
this show
Going.
going. Let's go.
So, when we do Wild Turkey Month, I just love talking about Jimmy Russell because
Well-
what a fantastic, amazingly intelligent, experienced man he is. He's 86 years old and he has 60 plus years
Yeah.
in the business. He started at Wild Turkey September 10th, 1954.
Wow.
I don't think any of us were around
Nope.
at that time. I
No.
know we weren't. I don't think Doug was. You're not
Okay.
that
No.
yet. Okay. Just checking. He keeps us in line.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally amazing. And he had a passion for bourbon, and he studied under really amazing bourbon people. That these guys were distilling before Prohibition, and they taught Jimmy how
Right.
to distill. Wild Turkey's second master distiller, Ernest Rippey, and the great grandson of the founder of Wild Turkey, James Rippey, who was the third master distiller.
Right.
So amazing knowledge this man has. He still is out there every day, comes to work, loves his job. He says the day it turns into a job, then he's done. So it's a passion for him. He's created some great products that we love here.
Absolutely.
Actually, I think last year when we did Russell's Reserve, you gave it one of your highest scores ever.
Yes, you.
Right. Yes. That was the single barrel select.
Let me
think.
see. It was the Russell's Reserve Private Barrel Selection.
Okay. Yeah.
And you gave it a 4.8.
4.8. Oh, I thought it was a 4.7, but 4.8. Yeah, it was one of my highest scores yet. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm a fan of the Russell's Reserve. That's for sure. So that's why I'm looking forward to trying the 6-year-old rye here.
So in his 60-plus years, he's got a lot under his belt that he's helped create or been a part of. He created Rare Breed, Kentucky Spirit. He did Russell's Reserve with his son, Eddie. And he's also responsible for Wild Turkey brands and expressions such as Tradition, Tribute, 17-year-old Wild Turkey that they did for Japan special. I mentioned Rare Breed, American Spirit. That's pretty much the list of some of the ones that he was responsible for. But he's got a lot of claim to fame, so to speak. So he's in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame.
I was saying,
Yeah, I'm
it'll
gonna
be-
say one of the most noteworthy people in the American whiskey world.
Very well respected, that guy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just a quick note: Patrick said he was having trouble. He wasn't, for some reason, able to comment. So I don't. It seems like our other viewers are able to do that. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. If anybody else is having any trouble, let us know. Otherwise, Patrick, the problem might be somewhere between your keyboard and the chair that you're sitting on.
That's right.
Huh. Okay. Well, I hope he gets it fixed. Want to
So
hear
we have
from
lots
him.
of folks on here commenting and such, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. But hopefully, Pat, he's just gotten off the range today, and he'll find a way to be able to comment, because I love having Patrick interacting with us.
Absolutely. Always fun. So he's, like I mentioned, he's in the Bourbon Hall of Fame. He's also in the Whiskey Hall of Fame. He's an lifetime honorary member of the Kentucky Distillers Association. He's a judge for the a whiskey judge, I should say, for the International Wine and Spirits Competition, which we sometimes will tell when we're doing our bourbons and whiskeys where they place silver, gold,
Sure.
in those competitions. And what I found interesting is that he was anointed a Kentucky colonel by 3 different Kentucky governors.
Oh, wow.
This is the highest honor. That
So it's kind of like when Paul McCartney got knighted in England, so kind of the same thing.
Sure.
Right.
It's the highest honor that's bestowed in Kentucky, and it's one of the most well-known honors given by all the governors. But only the governor knows the reason for bestowing the honor. But we know why Jimmy got it, right?
Right.
Some other notable colonels are Colonel Sanders,
Yes,
KFC,
yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Daniel Boone, Muhammad Ali.
Nice.
But who's the most important colonel? See, I just blew it in the world of whiskey. So.
E.H. Taylor.
There you go.
See, how did I know that? I'm just kidding.
Colonel E.H. Taylor. Buffalo Trace. product.
Absolutely.
Oh, market.
A couple more. We got to get the girls in on there. Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Also, because I've been watching it this week, The Godfather. James Caan is a Kentucky colonel.
Really?
He is.
Wow.
And obviously you don't need to be from Kentucky because Rob Halford, for you Judas Priest fans out there, he's also a Kentucky colonel.
Wow.
Wow.
Very cool.
Who knew?
All right.
So, not Eddie, Jimmy, I'm sorry. He's got a couple of different nicknames. He goes by the Buddha of Bourbon. Eric Gregory, who is the president of the Kentucky Distillers Association, said if there was a Mount Rushmore of bourbon,
He'd be
Jimmy
on it.
Oh, of
Russell would
course.
definitely be on
Absolutely.
it. So,
That'd be cool.
Yep.
yeah, I think Kentucky should get on that,
Yeah, I think so too.
actually. What are they waiting on?
What's that?
What are they waiting on?
I know. What you waiting on? 11:30. I'll
11:30.
pitch a bitch at 11:30.
So, on to Russell's Reserve. So, distiller.com says if you were to look up rye whiskey in the dictionary, this should be what comes up first because it's one of the most rye-ish whiskeys out there.
Gotcha.
So, I'm excited
So,
to
what
try
is
that.
What's the grain bill on this?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that
The
same question.
grain bill is 51% rye.
See that? Because there's ryes that are 100%
100%.
rye.
I just
so
had one the other day.
And I think we
That's
did one on the show,
interesting.
and I found it was very sweet.
51%
Usually
just
is. Rye is
puts
usually
it
known for their
with
sweet.
enough rye to be considered a rye, but that's okay. Well, that's what we're here for. We're gonna sample and let you all know.
Let you know what we think. It's also 37% corn, 12% malted barley.
Okay, so relatively low in the corn and higher than average in the malted barley. So,
We got Rich watching the show today.
all right,
Karen's neighbor.
Rich.
What's up, Rich? I hope
Right, Rich.
I hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling better, brother. Hope you're feeling better.
Absolutely, absolutely. Couple little quick things here. Russell's Reserve Rye was created in 2007. The actual Russell's Reserve came out 9 years earlier, in 1998, and it was created to celebrate Jimmy's 45 years of service.
Wow.
I know.
His son Eddie calls himself the new guy because he's only been there 30 years.
Right? Well, yeah, when you compare it to, I know I've been at my job for 31 years. I'm shocked about the 60 years.
I hear you.
Crazy.
I know.
But, okay, so in addition to the mash bill, this is bottled at 90 proof. It's retails for $45, and I'd say it's pretty readily available. I did a quick search. If you go onto the Russell's Reserve website, you can put in your location, and it'll tell you what stores around you sell
Right.
the
And if you're
the
a little
product.
bit new, if you're a little bit new to the show, we try to not feature things that are so rare or hard to get
That you can't
our
get,
Viewers
right.
aren't going to be able to go out and get it.
Once in a blue moon, we'll pull that, but it's
Yeah, we'll give you some caveats if we
Yeah.
do that. There's usually a reason why we want to do it and talk about it. But in general, we try to feature things that you might have to get it online, but if you want it, you can get it. So.
right.
Yeah, because there's no fun in not being able to share it with everyone.
Right.
Phil Weaver says, Big G, I'm working on something for you that he thinks you'll enjoy. He's a fellow stogie lover.
Ah.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, where's he at? Where's he at?
Where's he at?
Yeah, where's
You mean,
So
what area is he in?
what
he's
is,
in Central PA.
Pencils. Okay.
So tell us more, Phil.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Cool.
Is that your cousin?
That's my cousin.
Okay, all right.
Again,
Awesome.
we'll learn more about him later.
Sounds great.
cool. Very cool.
Drag his ass over here and let's have some
That's
fun.
right. We has to get him here one of these times.
You gotta get out of the house at some point there, Phil.
There you go.
Jennifer Boggs said, I met him. Jennifer, are you talking about Jimmy Russell you met?
Yeah, probably. I don't
and-
think she met my cousin Phil.
Maybe. You never know.
If she did, he's probably not talking to her
world.
anymore.
Too funny. All right. Well,
Let's get into this, kids.
that's what I got. Are we going to pass
Yeah,
this?
let's pass
Yeah,
it
let's get into this thing.
Doug's.
One for you.
All right, cleansing the palate. So
One
we
for
can-
me. I'm telling you,
dive
that
into
air
this.
feels so good.
It does. It feels
It's
like
a
air
windy
conditioning.
night, and the air is coming in.
Yeah, it's really
a
windy.
window here.
You know what I love about the wind at this time of the year is I never have to blow any leaves because they're usually in the neighbor's yard by the end of the day.
So, but the wind is it usually is, but the wind is so bad they're like 5 doors up by now. So
And half of your knick-knack stuff from
Yeah,
in
well,
the neighbor's yard too.
That's true.
yeah, it happens.
Quite a blustery evening. So
It is November in Cleveland.
I hear that dog crying her eyes out up there.
She wants to come down and try some Russell's Reserve Rye. She knows where it's at.
all right.
All right, guys.
So
Let's.
hopefully there's no low frequency thumping going on, and we can continue. With,
Oh, sorry. I was just bouncing my glass on the table. Down it.
Okay.
Land shark.
Hey, that was better than.
Yeah.
Oh, hey now. All right.
All right. So
Donnelly made me do it.
this
That's
has
all
a
I'll say.
nose, right?
I do want to say that Wild Turkey, Russell's Reserve, and all Wild Turkey products, they are, I am just drawing a blank. They're all stored in number 4 char barrels.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
And they call it the
I can see.
deepest number 4 alligator.
It is
char.
dark. It is dark in the bottle for
Aged.
sure.
They are aged.
Yeah.
So I noticed that on the
maybe
color.
That's a factor that appeals to me.
Wild turkey on the nose. You
Oh.
you can.
I don't get a lot of ethanol out of it. I get, obviously, caramel, oak, vanilla.
Lots of oak
Yeah,
and lots
I
of
get all
vanilla.
that out of there.
I get a little bit of maybe hay, like fresh cut hay.
I can see that. Yeah.
Very nice. A little bit of earth in there.
Yeah,
a little
some
bit
grass
of
or hay.
earth. Yeah. We always tell everybody that anybody that noses a whiskey out of a Glencairn glass, always keep your mouth open a little bit while you're breathing that in.
I almost get a little
I get,
Like
maybe some
baz-
spices
you
or
know,
something.
Bazooka Joe when you open
Yeah.
up that
Yeah.
bubblegum wrapper.
Bubble gum,
a little
yeah.
bit of that.
I don't get it on the nose, but we'll see what happens on the palate. But
I don't.
Oh.
I get definitely, to me, I can tell it's a Wild Turkey product.
Yeah.
It's just got that familiar Wild Turkey nose to it, but I do get the vanilla.
Yeah.
Definitely, it goes without
smells.
saying.
It definitely smells sweet for sure. Ryes usually do, but all right, let's
But
hit
it's
it,
got
kids.
that,
Want me to
yeah, but
read?
it doesn't have
Yeah,
a lot
awesome.
of that cinnamon baking, cloves that I usually get with from a rye. So let's see what the palate's doing here.
You ready?
While you go in, I'm going to read the nose. Robust with nuts of roasted almonds, vanilla, caramel, and cinnamon. A swirl of the glass reveals an underlying theme of sweetness, predominantly in the form of pink bubble gum.
There you
Dork.
go.
Just kidding.
Dork. He's the whiskey wizard for a reason.
Look at the legs on that.
Sorry, I should have shaved.
Yeah, for once you're not wearing shorts. I can't believe it.
Well, I didn't want to. I was looking for a whiskey shirt, but I couldn't find one. But anyway, that's
So-
no big deal.
I get lots of caramel on the palate. I'm trying to find that bubble gum again. I'm not finding it on the palate. I still get it on the nose.
I get the rye. To me, it's sweet.
It's got a richness to it.
Yeah,
It really does. It's good. It's you.
got a nice
I'm getting-
oaky
I'm get-
spice.
I get cinnamon on the back, if you will.
on the finish.
So or baking spice, if you will. It's
Maybe a
it's
little-
not as peppery as I thought it would be.
I get a little pepper on the
Yeah.
finish. Maybe a hint of even almost like leather, or certainly
Okay.
there's vanilla. There's vanilla on the nose. There's vanilla on the palate, and a little bit of vanilla on the finish.
So you said almonds. Is that what you said? Roasted almonds?
That's what the official
Yes,
read
that's
was.
what-
I didn't get any almonds
So
or any kind of nut, even nut skins, Jen. So
yeah, we have to roll that in there.
Dem titties. Good. She hates when I say that.
Who, Jen does?
Message received.
So I do. I've read the roasted almonds, obviously, in the nose, but I taste an almond flavor to me on on the palate.
Well, I just sucked down that full body cigar, so my palate's a little jacked up right about now, but it's good.
Maybe
It's
a little
good.
kind of marzipan sweetness or something.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely sweet. And ryes do tend to taste sweet. They're usually sweet and smooth or sweet and hot, but
This
Yeah, I
is not
usually
hot.
get
Not
a
getting
drier. To me, ryes are drier than bourbons,
that's-
but baking that. But they have that kind of doughy baking, and then with some baking.
like
powder,
rye
kind of-
bread.
yeah.
Like bread.
I mean,
Exactly, yeah.
a lot of wild turkey, in my personal opinion, I might not be right, but I think I am. But I get a lot of that oak dryness,
yes.
Yes,
you know.
which I must be a fan of because I like their products.
Yeah.
That's why we do a whole month.
I
for
like
that.
oak. I think wood is the thing that creates the magic when
Sure.
it comes to whiskey. So,
Yep, amen. All right.
So, anyone out there happen to be drinking this? Just curious what your thoughts are. If you're not drinking it today, have you had it in the past? What do you think? While we're letting you type some notes in there, the taste notes that I pulled from Russell's Reserve website says it's a complex allspice, pepper, and almond flavor.
Okay. I think we hit that.
I think you did. I would say that.
I didn't get any of the gum, if you will.
No, me neither.
I didn't
I
get
got kebab, Bazooka Joe, maybe.
All right.
And particularly on the nose. You know how when you'd open that package.
I do. I remember.
You know, there's always a little comic in there, and it hit me with that aroma. So
Nice.
took me back to my childhood.
I can see how you could say that
Yeah.
a little bit. It's
I
not
don't-
prominent for me, but
Yeah.
I can see you pulling that out of there. The finish, it says, because I was writing small,
The
so I
smell
said smez.
says-
A small flare-up of heat starts things off with a hint of leather.
Okay.
It's smooth, long, and lingering with rye, spice, and dried fruit.
Did somebody say leather?
Leather?
He said leather. Nice.
Yeah.
You go, boy.
Wizard.
Wizard. He strikes again. So I'm curious though. It says the finish dried fruit. Are you guys getting any fruit?
I really
out of
don't
any
get
of this?
I don't get it either.
Not getting any fruit on this.
Because usually you guys are really good about
Yeah,
pulling out
I know-
those
I don't
fruit
get it on
notes in this.
Again, we go back to everybody's palate is different. you
Yeah.
know.
And I
I drink.
could be wrong, but I find the more char that the barrel has, because that's going to create more filtration. Some of those organics that give you those fruity esters, I think some of those get filtered out
Okay.
in that process.
Well, that would make sense.
Although what doesn't really fit my theory very well is that Jack Daniel's, like their single barrel products, are really full of esters. That's with bananas, and they do that. But they use the maple charcoal for the Lincoln County, Tennessee process.
I won't get into it or what it is, but I actually I was at the Cigar Lounge on Wednesday, and I stopped at my local spot, and I got recommended a straight rye whiskey at 90 proof. I never had it before, and I took it to the Cigar Lounge. Obviously, nobody liked it because I didn't bring the bottle home, but it drank. It was 100% rye, and it almost had that Scotch aftertaste. So I did not follow up on the what it is. I purposely don't do that. Sometimes if I like something and I want to do it on the show, I want to do it raw,
Right.
and know what the notes are. So that'll be what are you laughing at me?
Your choice of words, raw.
Raw. Well, I mean, instead
I
of,
get it.
yeah.
I know what you're saying. It just-
So I
my
want to do
kindergarten brain.
that rye on the show as well at some point. Maybe after, either before our Christmas break or after our Christmas break, when we get back to our regular schedule with bourbon, whiskey, ryes, and Scotch. So we'll go from there.
Yeah, and I want to also hear Jen's story about meeting Jimmy Russell.
Yeah. What's up with
She mentioned. Oh shoot! I've got
We
so
spent a
much
whole
up here.
evening at the Bourbon Affair, Jen, and I never heard anything about that story.
She said when she visited the distillery, he and his wife were there. So that's how she met him.
Ah, okay.
But doesn't go into the story. So we were talking about ryes being sweeter, and we did a rye earlier this year, the Clover. We did back in July, and that was a 95% rye with 5% barley, and we
think I
gave it
liked
all
that
very
one.
high scores.
Yeah.
You came in with, you and Greg both had the same score, 4.1. I gave it a 4.5. I really enjoyed that one.
And guess what? I have one in my collection today.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
All right.
Just
I
saying.
gotta find one. Okay.
So I think before we get into the ratings, let's take another quick ride on the bottle cam, shall we?
Bottle
Uh-oh.
can.
Here it comes. Hold on.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
You see how much water we have? Greg's thing is water, 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 water.
Yeah, I think that was the, instead of the San Pellegrino, that was the San Pellegrino.
Pellegrego.
Pellegrino,
We call it, yes.
Yeah, that the camera ran
There's
into there.
there's a reason why I have two separate waters.
You have some Pellegrego in front of
I
you.
know it's this is the knockoff of San Pellegrino, but we have some for guests, and
I'm
then
having
we
the
have
real deal.
our stuff because a lot of times people want a soda water and they drink a drink out of it and then they leave it
And then they grab another one.
and that shit pisses me off. But
So
anyway,
they get the Pellegrego.
it's either if they don't want if they want water, they can go find a puddle in the driveway. As far as I'm concerned, but that's just me. So,
And I'd like to thank RJ because he's the one that
RJ.
coined
Yeah.
Pellegrego
yes,
Yes.
you did.
for
Good
us.
job. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love the creativity in that.
All right,
Wonderful.
Let's
Okay,
get
so
into this.
it's on to the ratings, and I think everybody. Well, we have a few new listeners, so we do a ratings. The Whiskey Roundtable rating is a 1 through or 0 through 5.
0 through 5, right?
But we 4 basically is a level. I got to have this in my collection at all times kind of level. 5 is, off the charts. You're going to be in your top couple of whiskeys ever, and then we kind of go from there. So
I just took the last swig of my drink. Did you say malted barley was in there?
I did.
I got that full.
12%.
I got that on the very. I just finished my drink, if you will, and that was
the Russell the
of the
our
six-
featured whiskey.
yeah.
Okay.
And I did. I
got
got a
some
lot of that
malt?
malted barley at the end, the very end. Honest to God, sometimes it takes that long. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's why you see me. I'll drink it through. Because I try to always see if there's something I missed or whatever.
And you haven't been smoking your cigar, so that
Yeah.
maybe you're getting a little.
You're starting to free up those
Time to
taste
free up
buds
the
a little.
taste buds, yeah. Okay, no worries.
All right, so let's start with you, Greg. What are you going to rate this one?
I'm gonna go straight 3.8.
3.8. And to Karen.
Oh, to me, I'm wavering on this. So, with you saying a 4 is something you have to have on your shelf, I think I'm going to stick with the straight 4. I think this is something you should have on your shelf without a doubt.
Yeah, especially for the money. I mean, really, it's a great drink
Hey,
for the money.
Karen Helen Keller, you really got it, sister.
Yes, sister.
No, I think that's...
Sister.
So, Karen, I'm very close to you. But I just, maybe I've been self-conscious about overscoring. Because we don't do many bad whiskeys here. And
We don't.
I tend to like them. But I'm just going to go short of that because I feel like I'm kind of more like a 3.85 on this one.
All right.
It's very damn good. If I see it in the store, I'm probably going to get it. But do I have to have it at all times? Probably. There's probably others I would.
Yeah, the availability. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
If this was among a bunch of other ryes, I don't know that it would be the one I would reach for. Only because I don't
There's
know.
a lot of good ryes out in today's marketplace.
But I think this is definitely a solid rye. I think it's a good starter rye for some people. It's not, the notes said if you were to look up rye whiskey in the dictionary, this would be there. I don't know that I agree with that statement.
Do we have a proof on this?
It's 90 proof.
90 proof, so it's respectable.
And that rye I drank the other day, which I said earlier, was a 90 proof as well. But it was 100% rye.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious, and the price point was unbelievably low, and everybody was like, even Dave, because Dave is a huge rye guy, and he was he agreed to what I said, and we'll come back to that after the show, but the story behind it. But yeah, it was fantastic for the money. I couldn't beat it.
Yeah. So I rate it very high. I think it's fantastic. A big fan of all, especially the Russell's Reserve products, and I definitely can recommend it. And it's approaching that level that I really want to have some on hand at all times. But maybe just a little bit off because there's so many good whiskeys out there, right?
Amen.
That
Agreed.
You can't have them all on your shelf, so it
Agreed.
just maybe a little bit shy of that. So
I
right.
Just one last note. It's not complex. That's my one criticism of it. I don't get a lot of variety in it.
yeah, right. Well, maybe it's not. Yeah, it's not one of those. We've had some where you're kind of, oh, there's that and then that, and oh, yeah, which those are my favorites. I love when there's
Like pulling out all that
I mean,
stuff.
this
Yeah.
is a pretty straight up
It-
product.
pretty straight, but highly drinkable,
Right, exactly.
highly enjoyable. And it's right on that, just barely a rye, on the spectrum of American whiskey there. So
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, definitely good. Like I said, definitely something to start. If you haven't had a rye whiskey before, this is, I think,
Yeah.
a great intro to rye whiskey.
yeah, if you
Good
like
stuff.
bourbon and what about rye? It's just another step on the spectrum towards the far end of rye. And we like it.
All right. What do we got on the scroll, kids?
Scroll's quiet. Nobody is mentioning whether or not they've tried it before, but Jennifer says Angel's Envy Rye is one of her favorites.
That is so we're going to do an Angel's Envy rye. I don't know if we're going to do it before the holidays or after.
Maybe we
but
could make that one of our December features.
we can do that.
We picked one
I
of
feel-
those up in our
yeah.
travels.
We
right?
have a couple of them. Yeah.
If it,
It's
yeah.
fantastic. One of the best ryes you'll ever drink, in my personal opinion.
Okay. Well,
That's very good.
I would look forward to that. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
All right,
All right,
yeah,
kids.
everybody's really quiet out there.
All right. Wake
Right
up,
out there, I don't know,
bitches. Wake up,
Patrick, Did
bitches.
you get on? Were you able to make any comments yet? Or
Yeah.
I'm not sure why his ability to comment was not working for him, but
Huh.
it seems others are able to do so. So I don't know. Well, let's. I think it's time. So we have a. This is kind of in this Whiskey Wizard that's coming up. It's kind of an unveiling. You guys have watched a lot of Whiskey Wizards, and my little table that's usually to my right that has a number of bottles of whiskey sitting on it. Well, things have changed, as you'll see, and I think very much for the better. So I hope you enjoy this.
Can't wait.
Be right back, kids. See you in an hour.
Whiskey Wizard! It's the Whiskey Wizard!
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Okay, tonight I want to discuss displaying your whiskey. Now, the last thing I want to do is come off touting my collection, which is nothing monumental by any means. As I've said, I buy whiskey to enjoy, hopefully with friends, so I'm not generally about buying bottles to simply display them like museum pieces, and certainly not as investments. We'll talk about investment in whiskey in a later Wizard episode. Now, there are some who do that, and that's all cool and interesting. It's just not what my relationship with whiskey is about. But still, as you might have noted in the past, I have had all these bottles I've gathered, and they've been sitting on tables in our dining room where I film these Wizard episodes. Well, I have this cousin Phil in central Pennsylvania who is quite the woodworking craftsman. Actually, his wife Jerry is my cousin, and so I guess Phil's a cousin-in-law. I don't know if there is such a thing. But anyway, I've been seeing his posts on social media where he has been displaying some of his projects, refinishing and building furniture. Then it dawned on me, why not see if he could make me some matching corner cabinets for storing and displaying my whiskeys. Frankly, my tables were getting a bit messy and I was ready for something new, and I'm sure my wife agrees with this. Anyway, after some discussion about dimensions, design, and features, he agreed to build them for me. Every few days or so, he'd post me an update with a few photos to chart the progress on my whiskey cabinets. This went on for a few weeks, and then we picked a good weekend where he'd have them completed, and that would work for us to drive there. Here I am seeing them for the first time. They are magnificent. Now, I thought, if they'll only fit in the large SUV we rented. Well, I admit I was doubtful at first, even though Phil was confident, but as it turned out, they actually went in with fair ease and with plenty of room to spare for all our luggage, so no biggie on that front. Okay, so we got them home and unloaded, got everything in place, fastened and connected, and here they are. As you can see, they are downright magical, which obviously suits a wizard just fine. And as I've said, my philosophy of whiskey is that it's meant to be drunk, and more to the point, it's meant to be shared with those who can appreciate it or those who would like to learn. To me, whiskey is not meant to be placed on the mantle as a statue or a prize. Granted, I have some whiskeys that are truly special or rare or unique, and those will be saved for just the right future occasion. And yes, my new display cabinet does place them in the same regard as prized collectibles. But really, for me, there's a practical side here as well as an aesthetic one. Now I can actually see what I've got and what I might be in the mood for, rather than hunting through bottles on a table. I've also got things organized with Scottish single malts in this corner and American whiskeys in this corner. And what's most special is I'm able to light them up for ultimate viewing enhancement. And in an array of color options that suit the mood or occasion. So how do you display your whiskey? Or do you even display your whiskeys? That's a personal choice, I guess. Generally, I think some type of open cabinet with shelving works for best effect. I know some of us here on the Whiskey Roundtable like to stow it and or make the collection a bit of a hunting expedition, an exciting look to see what you might encounter type of thing, or even with much stored away in boxes. And of course, what you choose to do depends on the quantity you have. I like that I have enough to give my shelves a full look, and yet I have plenty of shelf room to grow before I'd run out of space. And then I think it would eventually give me an incentive to be consuming some bottles so that new ones might be added. Again, whatever you do, you should store bottles upright, never on their side, to protect the cork. Otherwise, contact with the high-strength alcohol could cause the cork to degrade or impart unpleasant flavors onto the whiskey. Protect your bottles from strong, especially direct sunlight, temperature extremes, and the risk of water damage. There are a number of ways to go, of course, with commercial shelving, wall-mounted trays or shelves, creative ideas using whiskey barrels or barrel staves in the construction, which is a nice touch. Hey, even a two-tiered coffee table can work if that's what you've got. It doesn't really matter where you have 5 bottles or 500. A quick online search can yield many options you can purchase or provide you with ideas for having your own made. To that point, my cousin Phil would be happy to talk with any of our viewers who had any interest in taking advantage of his talents in this regard. Again, I told him what I wanted and he made my dreams come into being a reality. And the price, I'm sure, will not be above any fair and reasonable expectations. So if you are interested in discussing this with Phil, don't hesitate to email us at thewhiskeyroundtable@gmail.com or give us a shout on Facebook or Messenger, and we'll be happy to hook you up. We on the Whiskey Roundtable remind you that however you display your whiskey, please find those offerings that make you the most happy and bring you the utmost joy. And please be sure to share both your whiskey and your enthusiasm with your family and friends. Oh, and hey, don't forget to tell them about the show. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard, for the Whiskey Roundtable. Cheers, Slàinte, and now... back to the live show. All right.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome job, Phil.
Wow.
So yeah, like anybody that's been in my house, like my friends, and that have seen that, they
I remember that we were there
like,
for
oh my God, you know.
over we were there for the party back in the summer.
Yeah.
You had the table, and
Everybody that's been watching the
Yeah.
show for any length
Or-
of time knows there's typically been that messy table to my right, and so yeah, now that's all been nicely replaced.
it's beautiful.
And,
Bravo,
that's
bravo.
just-
So you get like the different colors and everything. to
and
there.
yeah, he put the LEDs
awesome,
in
man.
that can change color. So at Christmas I could have my bourbons in red and my Scotch in green. I mean, in Halloween we had purple and orange. Yeah, it's incredible. Just the how much it's lifted up the look of our dining room, and
It's beautiful.
the
Absolutely
whole-
beautiful.
yeah, and just displays the whiskey. Like I had no I mean, I knew it would be an improvement. I had no idea how great it would be. So, props off to my cousin Phil.
Amen.
And
Amen,
yeah, once
Phil.
again,
Amen.
it's just tremendous. So, and he did really. We just talked about the design, and he came up with all of that. I think we got some mahogany, some cherry, some pine, and he did a nice, just a beautiful stain on all of it.
It looks
Gorgeous.
definitely professional.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, he's just incredible. So,
And he likes you?
well, he has to. He's family.
Phil, great job.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's awesome.
That is a great job. Holy
So,
cow.
anybody out there or watching that has needs any similar assistance, I'm sure, again, you can email us or on Facebook, and I'm sure we can hook you up with Phil, and he'd be happy to create something that suits your situation. So,
I would love to do something like that for the display of stuff that I have, but I just don't have the room for all of that. So
it would take a barn.
it would take a barn.
But I'll bet Phil could do it.
He probably could.
I think when we're ready, because we've talked and we have ideas and plans that
we
we've
do.
talked about doing. I would definitely have him do that for us.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, is that what he does for a living?
No, he's
Just
well,
his
I
hobby?
didn't
That's
even
his
know.
hobby?
I didn't even know that he did this until
Wow.
maybe a year ago. He started posting little projects he was doing out of his garage workshop, and I started really going, hey, that's really good. And I was just looking at that mess in my dining room, and it just popped into my mind. Well, who do I know that could help me with this? And I asked him, and we started talking, and we came up with a concept, and yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. My wife will verify this, and anybody that knows me in the audience knows me. I'm not a very impressionable person, if that makes sense to you. But I'm impressed with that. I really am. Great job, man. Great
Yeah,
job.
Yeah, that is amazing.
It's fantastic.
Wow.
I love how you have your scotch on one side.
Yeah, that's
Right,
cool.
yeah.
and your bourbon on the
That's
other,
cool.
with your rested
I
rye.
knew
Right
we
now,
Rested
kind of
rye.
needed, we
Top
needed
shelf.
one in each corner for the balance, the symmetry, and all that. And yeah, just logic. I'll have my Scottish whiskeys in one, my American whiskeys in the other, and it really works well.
It's fantastic.
I find that the Scotch whiskey, if I use the kind of gold setting, works really well, and then the amber, like the amber with a little bit of red, whatever
Wow.
setting, looks really good on the American whiskeys.
I can just picture Doug sitting, like waking up at 2 a.m. and going over and
I
sitting
can't
in
wait.
his dining room and playing with the lights and trying
Well,
to
the
figure
first
Or he's waiting for Santa Claus to come down the chimney.
first night that we had it all set up.
I don't have
and
cookies and milk, but I got whiskey and scotch.
First night,
out. F Santa.
first night I did wake up in the middle of the night, had to sneak down and turn on the lights and just stare at it for a few minutes.
You're stupid.
You know he did. You
Yeah,
know
of course
he
I
did.
did. Beautiful. Thing of beauty.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Absolutely.
Hard
Got,
to top something like that.
got a lot of comments out here.
Let's
Jennifer
hear it.
Bogg says those cabinets are beautiful. Rob, very nice fill. Shauna is just saying that they're awesome.
They are awesome.
Thank you.
And he has. We also had a bookcase that was falling apart, and we commissioned him to create a replacement for us in the similar color scheme and all that. And I'm gonna meet up and pick that up in a
Awesome.
few weeks. So yeah.
Phil says it's tough to ship a barn, but you know.
You lazy ass.
Well, you have to make it into a lot of separate pieces, Phil.
Maybe more like a big shed.
Yeah, I need a big shed. Nothing big, probably 40 by 60. But
Yeah. Kind of like a large walk-in room with.
I got to do something, man. I'm running out of room for sure.
And and it's you did at least label everything, so you know.
I did label everything as labeled.
Which was a fun product.
And
project.
I never did the scotch. I got to do that this year during the time off, and then I have a whole thing upstairs that I have to break down and do all that stuff. But
So as far as time, Greg, I know we're kind of up on the hour, but you said you had some news.
I
And
did.
We haven't done news in a long time, so
Let's
why don't we
just do
just
one time.
you do your news and then we'll wrap
Call it
things
a
up.
day.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Thanks for watching, by the way. Hey, Stag Junior is growing up. Changes are coming for batch number 18. 18 is a big deal in the world of growing up. You graduate high school, buy smokes, vote, join the military, get kicked out of your parents' home. A lot of things are happening. Trace Distilleries, makers of the highly sought after George Stagg Jr. So the logic of the decision is George Jr. has grown up a boy into a man. Sorry, kids, I can't see very well.
You need new glasses.
Yeah, I do need new glasses. So
Or clean them once.
yeah, well, you're killing
Oh
me.
no, he didn't.
Anyway, it's a barrel strength proof. DNA Stagg Jr. was directed presumably at the age of being 8 and 9 years versus 15 to 19 year range for George T. Stagg Antique Collection, years 2021, and I have one of those bottles, by the way.
You do.
I do. George Stagg Jr. was first released in the fall of 2013, and it was Buffalo BTD's way to make the Stagg Nectar go a little further by releasing a younger product of GTS, but still have the legendary barrel-proof bottling. Stagg Jr. Sorry. You've all been a real good boy. Just talking about the making of the product. We're going to miss you. Not to go out into the world and make us proud. So anyway, so this is the whole thing that they put out. They have batch 1 from 2013 to batch 17. So it's all about the different proofs that they do. So I'm not going to go through every one of them, but I'm going to go batch 1 from 2013, 134.4 proof, to batch 17, which is the fall of 2021, which is 128.7 proof.
How much?
128.7 proof. Now, I've had George T. Stagg Sr. several times, and George T. Stagg Sr. I've had at, I believe it was 141 proof, if I remember correctly, and it did not drink like 141 proof. It was absolutely
that's pretty
fantastic.
much
So,
distillation level.
yeah, so I apologize on my bad grammar, if you will, but at the end of the day, for the money, can't beat a George T. Stagg Jr., in my personal opinion.
All right.
So,
What does it normally retail as?
it's right around, it's about the same as Blanton's. It's right around $50 to $60.
Is
If
it
you can
any
find
more
it.
available than Blanton's?
Ooh, that's a good question for me, but I would say that it's readily available
Okay.
when it comes out. So right now, it should be coming out right about now.
Right,
It usually
it's
usually
about right.
hits in November.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a lot of different years in my collection, if you will. I don't have them all, but I have a lot of different years, and it's never ever displeasing, if you will. So I just say
Sure.
that if you get a chance, if you have a liquor store that you normally deal with, ask the question: when are they coming in? You know.
Yeah.
So, but again, it doesn't give you the price, but they're normally around $50 to $60 a bottle. That's all
Okay.
I got, kids.
Well, we want to thank you all for watching. If you're here with us live or watching us later on, remember it's if you missed the live show, please still watch it whenever it's convenient. It's all those views that help keep us going, and we'll be here next Friday, November the 19th at our usual time, and we'll be doing our second and final show for the Wild Turkey Month. So,
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing
guys?
next week, kids?
well, I think we're doing a single barrel
You got the bottle.
rare breed, yes.
Yeah, rare breed.
Rare
Yeah.
breed.
Rare
Yep.
breed, right?
So yeah, so
We just happened to pick this up recently too.
We did.
so-
We actually ran in somewhere and they had a couple bottles, and I said to Karen, let's not do the regular Wild Turkey Rye. Let's do the rare breed. So that's what we did, man.
I'm all for that.
Awesome.
So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page if you haven't already, and follow us on Facebook. If you have questions or comments, or you want to be a guest on the show, just let us know at the whiskeyroundtable@gmail.com. Comment on Facebook. So
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We'd love to have guests on the show. It's fun.
It is. It
right.
always is fun.
time for our closing quote.
Let's hear it.
Closing quote. This one comes from the poet and writer George Bernard Shaw, who said, "Whiskey is the anesthesia by which we endure the operation of life."
All right.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
All right.
Amen to that, brother.
I just want to say thank you to your cousin.
Thanks
Yes,
again, Phil.
absolutely.
Great job.
Phil's a hell of a guy. I'd love to have him on the show. Tell us what he does.
Right.
All right. So, Phil, if you're listening, if you're
Master
still listening,
craftsman.
if you haven't fallen asleep after all the stuff your cousin said, but
Phil Weaver, come on down.
all right, kids, listen. Thanks for watching tonight. Great time. We're back 2 weeks later. Sometimes it takes us a little bit to get back in our groove, but we'll catch you guys next week. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We are the Whiskey Roundtable. Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
Catch you guys next week. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, everyone. So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I never get over you.